of wombo combos, Secret's going to be able to come out on top. What's the story of Game 3?
Rich, the story of Game 3 is the best team in the world finally fucking does it. They were down almost 15,000 gold. No team fight, no nothing. It doesn't even matter, though. They come back, RTZ on the PA. Let's go.
Oh, man. Going to come back onto camera just like they came back in that series. But let's talk about how it was even possible.
For real.
Because we look at how the draft is set up on both sides, right? And you see that Enchantress get locked in nice and early. And this was something, Neil, that you kind of were breaking down for me, why the Enchantress is able to be an early pick right now.
Yeah, Enchantress, you very rarely have to worry about this hero getting countered, because if you do have to counter Enchantress, that means you're leaving a lot of other gaps in your draft. The most obvious solution is you draft a lot of magic damage. We saw the Sand King early on, and it's just, you start going a little tunnel vision on countering one hero, and that's why the hero is so strong right now.
Yeah.
Then you pull in something else like a Phantom Assassin in the background, it just makes it too difficult to deal with.
Well, yeah, I mean, even with that Ogre getting locked in, right, you say, okay, we're going to try to shut down the Enchantress before they can get up to level 2 on an ability that's basically going to mitigate what all the right clicks are going to be able to do, and suddenly Enchantress still creates space, and then PA does get that farm on.
I mean, it really was. There's sort of, both teams sort of had the steroid to buff up their carries, and they sort of come into place at different times. Early on, the Bloodlust is going to sort of enable this Slark to make plays. And Secret, they had all 3 cores pretty much sitting at the top of the net worth for the first 20 minutes of the game. It looked like, oh, well, all lanes have gone Secret's ways. This is going to be a very tough game for EG to really swing themselves back into. But it was just a combination of plays and the ways they could create space for this PA, RTZ to make the most of the Empower to catch back in. And just Sumail, again, popping off on the main stage and giving us a ridiculous showing in that Ember Spirit, which at the end of it all, you could see it. He was in the mind of mid one. He was just chasing him, diving him with these remnants, and it was impossible for Secret to deal with.
Yeah, and the fact they were, I think it topped out at what, 17K net worth? And you looked at both sides, right? Neither team had like team fight like we saw in game number 2 at the Enigma and Earthshaker. Like, it was an RP on one side, and then on the other side it was like a Sand King.
Yep. And these were heroes, the carries in both roles also. It was a Phantom Assassin on one side, a Slark on the other side. Completely marked difference from the team fight carries of like the Sven in previous games.
It almost felt more like skirmishy, would you say?
Yeah,
when you
it was. I mean, you saw the score, right? I think it was 11-11 at 30 minutes, and that's not very many kills per minute. All it took, though, was 2 empowered cores in a fight, right? And there's your team fight.
To go back to the beginning, though, it did seem like for a while, you look over on the side of Secret, and they are almost beating EG at their own game. It seemed like they were getting that early farm so convincingly.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were winning all 3 lanes. I can already tell you, Bulba, if he's sitting up in the EG booth, is like, S4, what are you doing? What are you doing? 100%.
I think everyone was right. All the EG fans are going to be like, S4, oh no, he's died once. Oh, he's died twice. Oh no, here we go again.
And he ate a lot of that because, I mean, as you said, it was an Ogre Weaver. They were set to shut down that lane, and eventually it's Enchantress. You get level 4 Untouchable, you get the level 20 talent. No one's hitting her. She's just literally unloading.
Let's actually talk to S4. We can actually talk to S4 right now about how hard it was to actually play in that matchup.
The man himself, that was an incredible match, and I want to start with how you went into mentally game 3 after game 2 went so horribly wrong for you guys.
We actually felt that they were kind of scared in game 2, and we kind of used that to our advantage, and that kind of boosted our confidence because we felt like they're playing a bit scared in game 2. Even though we lost that game, we didn't feel down going into game 3.
Group stage, you had a bit of a rocky start. Did you take any specific lessons from group stage heading into main stage, or did you have any team meetings where it was like, guys, we gotta refocus, we gotta do this?
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks. We've been like, it's been a roller coaster for this team, and it's been like a good roller coaster. It's been going down, up and down, up and down, and finally we got to this moment where we play on TS stage, and we've been really practicing so hard, our team, and it's nice that it's paying off.
Dota is obviously a game, but it can get very personal, as you've seen firsthand over the years. You've had a chance to play for several captains. You're playing for Fly now. You've also played for Puppy, who you just played against. How would you compare their leadership?
I would say they're actually kind of similar.
Really?
Yeah, I respect both of them a lot. I think I'm going to talk about the series a bit. In game 1, we won game 1 kind of convincingly. And then I think Puppy's strength is that he really puts confidence in his whole team. Going into game 2, they kind of just washed game 1 away, and then they went into the game and they they won it convincingly, game 2.
Is there a kind of game that you prefer? Do you prefer the team fights, or because it's interesting? Sometimes we get these really long games where it really goes back and forth, and then other times you get the game that we just had, which was just completely different.
Yeah, we used to be like an early game team, EG, and that's we always like won our early games in the past year, and we did really badly in the later parts of the game. So this is what we've been practicing really hard, and we've been looking at a lot of the Chinese teams, and we have a lot of respect for Vichy Gamings and LGDs, and they have so much confidence in their team fighting, and that's what we're trying to like learn from. And I think LGD and Vichy, they're very strong, and they're gonna win this tournament.
What did you just predict? I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to send it back. Just really quick follow-up question. You're saying that you predict one of those teams will win TI.
It's a comment from Fade into you yesterday. He said LGD is going to win this tournament.
That's right.
Yeah, because he's a fan of LGD.
Yeah.
And he's playing for
So you're going to hop on board that.
Yes, I'm hopping on board.
Oh, that's very sweet. And very quick, I have to ask about facing OG. Do you feel like this is a little bit of payback time, possibly, for TI8?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just going to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it, and then I'll grill you on that later. S4, thank you so much. Right back to you.
Man, it's such a class act, and I think one of the really important things that we do here as well is the idea that you do have Puppy right now, even coming out of a loss, having that potential. He talked about it in the series there in the interview, but Puppy having that ability with his team to wash away some of those losses. But now we are going to take a quick break from all of this action and actually get to look a little bit at all of the films that are currently in the contest. I'm very excited for that. And then once we actually do get to check all of them out, we're going to have a very noted shift in the day. All of a sudden, we're going to be getting into the lower portion of the bracket, and it's going to be those elimination series. It's one of the hard parts of the day to actually see teams get sent home. So far, people have only been sent to the lower side of the bracket. They have not been eliminated yet today, and we're going to be chopping down 2 teams after that. But now we can put our full attention onto all of the fantastic films. We're actually going to get to see who the winner is of the film competition right now on the stage with Dove.
那今天呢，我们看了很多创意动画短片，你们看得还尽兴吗？为什么呢？因为接下来我们就要公布本届 TI9 创意动画短片前3名的获奖作品，让我们一起来看一下第3名。
Divine Rapier. The end.
哇，很精彩。那接下来让我们来期待第2名的获奖作品。
The Aegis of the Immortal. Long ago it was owned by Larigus the Keeper, who obsessed over its will-bending powers. until a hungry Smeevil, following the scent of cheese, unwittingly wandered into his secret shop. Though the Smeevil's affection for cheese was great, the wretched creature was no match for the Aegis's power. Cursed by the gods for his crime, he was transformed into a monster, destined to be hunted by those who seek the Aegis. His fate might be sealed, but his thirst for vengeance will not be quenched until all feel the wrath of Roshan.
不一样的风格，一样的精彩。那接下来相信大家一定十分期待，最终获得冠军的到底是谁？我们一起来看一下。好的，掌声送给所有的获奖作品。那再次恭喜你们，也希望在明年呢，继续能够看到你们的作品和更多作者的作品。那接下来让我们稍微休息一下，一会儿比赛见。
This is going. Oh.
Folks, we have already had such a fantastic look at Dota today, but there is a big change now in what we are going to see. All of a sudden, we are going to be on the lower side of the bracket. We are going to be sending teams home. Toby, you're a lot shorter than I remembered you. This is the first time we've been on the panel together.
I don't. This is the first time I've ever been on a TI panel, and for some reason, I'm feeling a lot less than myself.
You're in Tsunami's chair. It must be cursed.
Something is. Oh, there we go. Here we go. I just need a chair replacement. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now I feel.
There he is.
And you could see there that Toby, even thinking about the weight that is going to be on these games, getting slightly deflated there. He has regained now, though.
Is this a fat joke? I lost weight, bro. I lost weight.
It was a chair. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
That was a nice
wow,
one.
someone's insecure. Anyway,
I'm normally under threat on a panel. That's why.
I just spat on you.
Sin lol. There, perfect.
Okay.
Wow,
I saw this lineup.
panel.
I assumed this was going to be the serious panel.
Incorrect.
I really thought that this was going to be the serious panel because we got the serious matches. First up, it's going to be RNG versus VP. And we look at both of these squads, and RNG, I think this is a team that we know does have some potential upset, has the upset potential. Looking on the side of VP, this is a team that we've seen do it throughout the year. And now all of a sudden they get to TI, and it almost looks like history's repeating itself.
Yeah, the CIS teams always seem to have this problem when they reach TI, something goes wrong, be it internally, be it draft-wise, be it overconfidence, just be it many, many different things that continue to be listed throughout the ages. So, yeah, this is no different. Virtus Pro, at the start of the group stage, they looked absolutely well, disorganized. And